Now, can you see all the comments on the side?
No.
You can't?
Nope.
All right, hold on. Maybe you can here in a second here. So like on the right side of your screen, you don't see all the comments.
Nothing. Actually, let me press. I'm in private chat. Oh, there we go.
Oh, cool. Okay.
I got him now.
There we go. Let's see here. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to another Lock Boss giveaway live. I think I should have said that differently. Live Lock Boss giveaway. Now, there we go. And we have a special guest you can see here on the screen with me, Jay, also known as Locks NY, which I messed up earlier. I did NY Locks. Three times, yeah. It was like the fourth time was the charm on this one.
Yeah, you finally got it.
We finally got it. Jay, so thank you so much for coming on live and hanging out for a little bit. And I even polished up my nails a little bit.
Oh, nice. They look so sweet.
Yeah. So for all of you who are tuning in and watching, so Mr. J here, he really loves to poke fun in a fun way on lives, on videos. And so I just wanted to have him on here to hang out with us all. And just really get it in live, right? Just have you make fun of me live as well. So,
Any way I can do it is great. I enjoy it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's easy to do. But let's see here. We got all sorts of people. We got Adam. What is up? Now, before I forget, and we're going to dive into Jay's past a little bit, have him kind of give us the 411 on his business and himself. But before we do that, I have to definitely invite any and all who are watching to ask Jay any question that you want.
Bring it on. My skin is thick.
Bring it on, he says. James Estep, how's it going? Shield Locksmith and Security, Sean Baker. So, Jay, today actually. So, I don't know if you noticed, we've been messing around with the days that we're releasing videos. Just kind of having, it was like, we've been on the same YouTube release schedule for almost 2 years. And I'm like, we need to mix it up a little bit, have some fun. But today we released the Go No Go tool. Have you seen that before?
I haven't, no.
Okay. And do you do a lot of SFIC work?
The guy that works for me does. I let him pin all the floors.
Okay.
One of those things I don't enjoy.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff. Now, Jay, on your shirt, I see, you have your name and then you have Upstate Locksmith there.
Yeah, it's nice and big in case I forget who I am.
Yeah, there we go. Now, it's kind of at an angle a little bit. Talk to me about that. Is it because it's pointing up, like upstate, or?
No, I was on a construction site one day, and I used to have straight lettering. And with the straight lettering, I came out and there was one truck that was on an angle and it was like all the way across the parking lot. And I looked at the truck and I'm like, man, that looks awesome. And ever since that day, I started doing, from then on, everything at an angle. It's kind of a little more eye-catching than just straight across.
Yeah. And do you get comments on it at all ever?
My truck, I do, not my shirts. Okay. People are just like, oh, you're here? They could care less.
Oh, man. Let's see. What's that question say here? They're not going live with the custom report. See, Jay, one of my biggest struggles is trying to read comments and go live at the same time,
Yeah.
Let me see.
Get one of the girls from the office to read them off to as you're doing this little mic in your ear.
Right. Yep. Feed them to me. Right.
Jay said you were an idiot again.
Oh, Carl Lewis, what's up? Let me scroll down here through it. All right, guys. So, hey, make sure we're asking. John Shelton says someone has to keep you in line, PJ. So that's Jay.
It's difficult enough trying to keep up with everything while it's going here. So you got to have somebody bust your chops, Might as well be.
Yes. Let's see here. Oh, Adam Perkins says, PG, you're killing me with the new release schedule. That's funny. Yeah. We've actually got a decent amount of messages about it. They're like, hey, where's that video at today? So which is why we did it. We're just having fun with it all. But so what's the, I don't know what that means. So Jay, take us back here. So how long have you been locksmithing for?
Locksmithing, I was born into. Like when I was a kid, I was strapped in the front seat of a GMC Jimmy, with a old metal car seat before they were like a booster seat kind of deal with my old man.
Okay.
Started early. My dad did it, right out of the Korean War. He started locksmithing. They used to take their stuff to a local guy, and he went to go there one day, and the wife was like, I'm sorry, he passed away last week. And my dad was like, all right, what are we going to do? And he was working at Fallsburg Lumber, a local lumber company. And, they used to take all the locks there. And after the guy passed away, my dad's like, order a pin kit. I'll see what I can do with it. And he just ran with it from there.
Really? Now, so growing up, did you actually like helping your dad in doing locksmithing type stuff? Or was it kind of like...
I always loved it. And all my family, they're all cops and stuff. So I always steered towards always wanting to be a cop, but it's not the thing for me.
Okay.
I like breaking into things.
Okay. So
legally.
Here you are, let's say, you're 16, 17, 18. Were you like, I want to make locksmithing a profession, or were you interested in anything else during that time?
Well, I did a bunch of things. My brother, was on the road, and my dad was just in the shop at one time. Both of my brothers were on the road, and I always rode the road with my brother. To me, sitting in the shop and people bringing in like a 3/4 inch piece of plywood with nails in it and 400 keys hanging from it, and they're like, we have 5 of each. I'm like, no, not again. Just board after board. I'm like, I can't take this. It's just the monotony of sitting there cutting keys. My dad's like, no, you're in the shop today, boy. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's how I was, growing up. I was pretty decent at locksmithing, but I went through many seasons where I wasn't super excited to, up until I was 15 years old. My dad paid me $10 a day during the summer.
It's a lot more than I made.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
My dad's like, you're going to be hungry around supper time, so just sit there and take care of this stuff. I used to get off the school bus and dropped off at the shop and right into cutting keys. Homework, keys.
Really?
Yeah,
that's funny.
All kinds of homework to do.
The biggest argument my dad and I would get into back then was he would always tell me, it's not $10 a day. It's $10 a day plus a free lunch. And I'm like, Mom's going to pack me a lunch no matter what. You can't include that. So you get done. So at what age would you say you were like, I'm all in on this? I'm all in. I'm going to learn as much as I possibly can. I want to make some money. What age would you say that was?
After my father, he had a few heart attacks. And I was just like, I was on the road and I had bought my brother out, and it just snowballed. I couldn't be in the shop and be on the road. And that was full time, 20 years old, just running nonstop.
Okay. And was the Upstate Locksmith business, was that one that you took over from your dad, or did you start that name?
I started the name I bought out like a bunch of different locksmith businesses over the year and just merged everything into one with one phone number over time and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's a lot of work. You gotta you gotta stay on your toes and stay busy.
Sure. Now, kind of fast forwarding through today, like what type of services do you offer for as far as locksmithing goes?
Everything. The only thing I'm getting away from is the safes because, in another 20 years, I want to be able to walk. I mean, there's equipment for it and all that, but you're shoving and pushing and, another couple inches this way or that way, or, you're drilling and, you're carrying drill rigs and stuff like that. I'm like, forget this, man. This is for the birds.
Okay.
So as far as the safe, I could go do 4 cars in the time it takes, to open a safe, unless it's Century, of course, something cheap.
Sure. So you do automotive. We're talking like programming, lockouts, all that fun stuff.
Lockouts, I really don't do unless they're like in the trunk of a car or I'm going to make keys for it. Like about 10 years ago, I started pushing away from the lockout business. It's not my cup of tea either. It's just, running 2-3 o'clock in the morning. If I go out, I want it to be something I'm going to make money with, rather than a $150 lockout at, 2 o'clock in the morning. It's not worth it.
Sure. Absolutely.
I'll go out and lock it and make keys for it for $450, but just not the lockouts. Too much drama.
Absolutely. That's interesting, Jay. I like the way you think, as we've been talking here before we go on the camera, because you're really focused in on like highest impact type work, right? Like you want to do the work that's obviously going to make it worth your while, right? Like it doesn't sound like you're very focused on, let's say, staying busy.
Yeah, no, it's plenty busy. I mean, the calls just, they roll in, and there's other guys I feed like the nonsense stuff too. It's like 80 miles in one direction to go, like change out a lever on a storeroom. I'm like, I don't have time for that. I can stay local and do 5 or 6 jobs, stay in like a little 25-mile radius that I do, and make a lot more money.
Absolutely. Now, we have a question coming in from Yogi, Greg Gibson. He says, how about electronic access control systems?
I have somebody that installs them for me. I go there, I put the electronic latch in and adjust everything so it's correct, or the magnet on top of the door, and that's about it.
I have a question about that. So I'm getting ready to record another a video here soon in regards to that. What you just said, and my question is do you? And I'm not trying to put you on the spot here, but maybe I am a little bit. But do you test the electronic devices before you actually put them on the door? Or do you assume
you're talking about like the electronic strike?
Yes.
Or
even exit device.
I usually put it on and then get aggravated if something's not working, and then I kind of narrow it down to what's wrong with it.
Okay.
Broken wire because somebody moved something, or they adjusted a jam and sheared the wire off, and then it becomes fun. Okay.
Very interesting. Yeah. So I have a video here I'll be shooting in a couple weeks. It's kind of talking about that and a device to test it while it's on the door. Type of thing. I'm just missed here. I just found another one here. Hey, Shield Locksmith and Security says that you invented fire. I did not know that. How old? How old when you invented fire?
Oh, when I invented fire, very young. Whatever that means.
I have no idea either. That's good. That's good. So, you know what? Maybe I messed this up a little bit. So, Jay DeGraw is in the state of New York. Where exactly are you located in New York?
I'm like right outside of Middletown, Monticello, Liberty. I cover like that whole stretch where nobody wants to work. I'll take it. Been doing it for years. Got a great customer base.
Okay. Good stuff. There was some people asking, some of that. Shields Locksmith and Security says it was a joke. That's a good joke, actually. That was a good joke, you know.
Somebody's jobs.
Oh, nice. So, hey, Everett just says that he's only about an hour drive from you. Good stuff. So,
Need an apprentice once a week? Absolutely. I can't find anybody to work. I can't find a kid to screw doorknobs in. Like I do all this new construction. I can't find a kid for $20 an hour to screw doorknobs in. It's ridiculous.
Man, well, Everett, there you go. If you need an apprentice for a week or so, call Everett, call Upstate Locksmiths. Let's do it. That's good stuff.
He lives in Georgia, but he's officially he's originally from Niagara Falls. That's way upstate. I'm closer to the city, about an hour and 15 out of the city.
Are you?
Yeah.
Cool. So when it comes to like commercial and residential locks, like you'll do deadbolt installations, set up master key systems, all that fun stuff as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I do a lot. I mean, a ton of Kaba Simplex stuff. I'm in a large Orthodox area, Orthodox Jewish people, and they can't use a key on Friday night into Saturday on their Shabbos. So they use the 7100 series Kaba Simplex, like a 7102.
Okay.
Things like that. And they all put, I do thousands and thousands of Kaba Simplex a year.
Really? And
Yeah.
then on top of it, going back and like doing combo resets, all that fun stuff as well?
That became such a hassle. I actually put a video on my channel and, for the people how to change it themselves. I like dumbed it down so they can do it. I'm like, who wants to
Really?
do that stuff? I mean, what am I going to charge somebody? $75, $100 to go change a combo? I'd rather be putting them in, making the real money.
Okay. Hey, once again, you know exactly what you want to do, right? Like,
Yeah,
that's
after doing your whole life, you know how to gear, what you want to do, where your money's at. I mean, I love doing cars. Like that's my favorite. I do a ton of cars, like ungodly cars.
Okay. So what is your favorite programmer?
It depends on what I'm working on. Let me say that. My go-to, honestly, is the Auto Pro pad.
Okay.
Then I'll bust out like the Ikey 820, and then when that fails, I'll go for the Smart Pro, and then even when the Smart Pro fails, I'll go for like the IM 508.
Okay.
Not to bash any of them. I give them all their chance. So.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. You sound like an equal opportunity programmer guy, right?
You see the guy that works for me. I'm definitely an equal opportunity guy.
Yeah. What now? When it comes, so I'm curious. So on the Smart Pro, are you using like do you own software on it? Do you use tokens or do you use a UTP?
I'm on a token base because I just use it as a filler machine. When nothing else works, I'll grab the Smart Pro. So for me to go, to spend $3,000 a year, I mean, if I got 50 tokens on, it's going to last me through the year.
Sure. Okay.
Unless Ilko wants to throw me some tokens, I'll do all my videos with the Smart Pro.
Hey now, right? Let's do it.
Did you hear that, Ilko, if you're listening?
Yeah. Ilko.
We'll take 710226D first. They just can't produce them. Oh, man. It's bad.
Yeah, that's funny. So you do those. So you like doing cars. Now, okay, I have another question for you here. Let's just get it out there. When it comes to key origination, is your go-to like a tool to decode, like Leashy, or do you go for the key code?
No. Very, very, very rarely do I pull a key code. Everything is Leashy, like 99% is Leashy. Okay. There's some old stuff out there that you have to impression or pull the lock apart. and do it that way. But
Yep.
leashing tools are fantastic since they came out. You know, it saves on, well, a lot of the cars now, they got the torch. You just pull the screw out, bing, bang, boom, you're done. And, you know, you grab the code and stuff like that. But Leashy kind of revolutionized things. The last time my dad rode with me, I was opening the trunk of a Lexus. It was like it was a car, like a 300. I don't remember what exactly it was, but I went for the switch next to the steering wheel on the left-hand side. And, you know, he's always a comedian, my father, always joking around and stuff. So I you know, I had opened the door, I popped the door open, and I'm up underneath there. The keys were locked in the trunk, and I'm just powering it up with a power probe. And he taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey, Demi, the keys are in the trunk." And I was like, "Ooh," and I opened it up. He's like, "Forget it. I'm going to go sit back in the truck." Because he was at it for so long.
That's
But
funny.
in the day, it was, you couldn't find a better locksmith.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I
So
see
we have a
Ryan
question.
on here.
What's that?
I see Ryan Lepke is on here. That's my master key guy.
Oh, it is? Okay, you know, so-
yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, what's up? Hey, so Jay, let's talk about that for a minute. So how many team members do you have?
I have me. I have Ryan. I have a guy that helps me out here and there. And when things get really crazy, I call my brother in.
Okay.
And my brother always helps me out.
Awesome. And do you have like large ambitions to like want to grow into like a 10, 15 person team, or do you kind of like where you're at right now?
I would like to put, I mean, within the next year, I'm going to go full, as soon as I can find a real employee, like somebody that wants to, you know, like what kind of like when you interview somebody, it's either they have it or they don't. It's, you can tell right off the bat as soon as you meet someone. You know, you have the hands-on guy who can take anything apart and put it back together. That's what I'm looking for. That knows nothing about locksmithing that I want to teach my way. I don't want them to come in and say, well, this is how you do it. I said, listen, that doesn't work. We're going to do it this way. It's much faster, you know. And I want to mold someone like Ryan. I molded most of Ryan. He's very good.
Nice. Yeah, you know, yeah, my dad's definitely the same way. I mean, like he said, so many people come to him with locksmithing, what they call locksmithing experience, and it's just like a struggle the whole time. You know, it's like, well, no, this is how I do it. It's like, well, I get that, but this is why we do it this way, and this is why we need to do it this way, and it just is just a constant struggle sometimes.
Yeah, it's like beating your head in the wall, trying to show somebody that has that little bit of knowledge and they don't want to learn another way. It's like you just want to slap them. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, absolutely here. So yeah, so maybe add another team member. So, you know, and I think that's, you know, one of the things in business, locksmithing or not, is that like bigger isn't always better, right? Like having upstate locksmith turn into a 100-person team or a 50-person team isn't always the dream, right? And
not for me.
Right? And I think that's
workman's comp is in New York State.
Yeah, right. Oh man, yeah, we had a employee team member here a while back have some issues, man, and they ended up settling. It cost a lot of money, you know, and you pay for it for years, you know, pay for it for years. But
I've seen a lot of guys get in trouble with workman's comp and, you know, working off the books and all that stuff. A lot of guys get jammed up doing that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So at what point during your locksmithing career were you like, you know what, like, I don't need to take every call that comes my way, right? Because now, Jay, tell me what you think on this perspective. I think there's a lot of people in two different camps. One camp's like you, that it's like, listen, like, I've been out there, I'm established, people know me, and I know I'm really good at this type of work, My customers love it when I do it. I can make the money I'm wanting to make, and I'm just going to enjoy life, do work and do that kind of stuff. And then there's the other side a lot of times that it's just like struggling to get established, struggling to get that phone ringing. Or even worse, they're taking the work that they don't necessarily really want, but they have got to pay their bills, right? At what point did you start to recognize that in your own business, and how did you decide to make that transition? Like was it like a pissed off? I know a lot of guys just get to this place where they're like kind of pissed, they're like, you know what, screw it. Like, I'm just not doing this anymore. And others,
I mean, you get to that point. I mean, you just, a lot of guys want to take every single call that's out there and just feed on. I mean, I could take every single call that's out there, but I give a little of this guy, a little of that guy. And in return, they'll give me the car work and stuff like that. I give the majority of my safe work to a friend of mine. And, I mean, if you try to take every single call out there, you're going to go nuts. I mean, you can't do it. I mean, it depends on what area you're in too. I mean, I'm in a not so populated area here in New York, for 9 months out of the year, but I have all the new construction. Like, they got 5,500 homes planned for. Actually, I think it's like 8,700 homes now before next spring. And I go after the contractor guys. I want to work for them where I'm not working for a homeowner. It's like, is my door scratched? I'm like, listen, man, this is new construction. This is, you don't have to worry about I mean, I'm not scratching anybody's door, but, they just want to pick apart everything that you do.
Absolutely. So, like, you found these veins, right? These veins in the industry in your area, and you're just mining them.
Yeah. I mean, it's my area is very unique the way it is. I mean, a lot of guys come in and they try to open up and they try lowballing. I'm like, listen, go work hard. I'm going to go make money. That's my thought. Let the competition work hard. You make money.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, you got to go. I mean, they come in and they lowball, and I mean, they'll hit you on a few things, but when that customer calls me back the next time, you're getting soaked. And I hope they're listening.
So Jay, I have two more questions for you here, and then we're going to get on to the giveaway. Okay. The first question has to do with other, like you've mentioned other locksmiths that you refer business to, right? Sounds like you have a pretty good relationship with the other locksmiths in your area. Sounds like you consider them more like friends over competitors. Like, talk to us a little bit about that.
You can work with them or you can work against them. You're going to have guys walking around, other locksmiths. This one's bashing you here, that one's bashing you there. I mean, I could believe me, I could bash the hell out of these guys. I mean, because to me, they're not locksmiths. You know what I mean? There's a big difference.
Yeah.
The one guy, he's been around forever, loves safe work. I give him all the safe work he wants. He can keep it. And while he's busy doing that, I'm going to take everything local and just rake it in.
Okay.
And there's another guy around. He's a locksmith. I go around and fix everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it sounds like
it's in every area. I mean, it doesn't matter where you are. There's always that one guy that, it's just, he's the hack.
Yeah.
And I'm sure I'll get bashed for that. But,
well, I mean, there was a guy around in our area who, I don't know. I'm almost 99% sure that he had a universal pinning kit. But when you'd go do a job after he was done, he would file on the plug, man, and like not just a little bit. And I'm just like, I always wondered, I'm like, it takes more time to file the plug than it does to put the right pin in, And I sincerely would always be like, why? Like, why is this happening?
There's there like a lot of the newer real cheap garbage cylinders. I actually have an old cylinder hone which will actually cone it, because a lot of this stuff that you see, it's like they put all pins in that are too high, and it's just like boom, they hit it on a grinding wheel and they're like, oh, that's keyed. It's like all mushroomed over and out of whack. I mean, you see it where they actually run it on the burring brush, and you literally have to take a hone and actually hone those cylinders. So I mean, when you slide the key out, you'll actually hear the pins. They're lazy. After you got the key out, you tap the cylinder, you hear them drop down in. I mean, it's just such junk. I mean, and a lot of people in the area, don't get me wrong, can't afford to change that lockout. But yet, they're all keyed alike already. That some clown threw in there, like Design House and stuff like that. It's like, could have just sold them real locks in the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. So the last question I got for you is there's been some comments about your workbench in the back.
Okay.
And I think they've been asking kind of questions. So it looks like you have, I can see, is that a Flash sitting there, a 1200? On the other side, is that a...
I got the original Bianchi 994. I'm running off the original console. That's like a backup machine. If something were to ever happen to like a high security machine, I leave that one mounted on a board, and I can literally just drop it right in whichever truck it goes bad in. I got a little Flash there. I just took that out of my truck. I replaced it with a Ritan. An old 1200. That was actually our first one. That was my dad's. What else is there? I got a 1200 punch behind me. I don't know if you can see it.
Right? Okay. Yep.
I got a TKM 100 for tubular keys and 2 Framens, and the other wall has about 7 other key machines on it.
Nice. And you have a nice pegboard key wall with a bunch of keys on it. From here, it looks like automotive keys.
Yeah, I separate it like it's all residential and commercial, and then in between them, I don't know if you can pick that up. It's like all my Diablo stuff. That'll separate like the residential and commercial. And then I always like to throw like a sign or something in the middle of the board. Like when you're looking for a key, you stand there and you're like, you know where it is. Wait a minute. And you'll actually, you're like, all right, it's to the left of the neon. You run over and you grab it and you know exactly where it is. It just kind of breaks up the monotony of the board a little bit. It's like you just walk in there and you just look at the board and you're like, oh man, where is it?
Sure. Very cool. So you got that set up. It looks like a nice heavy duty workbench there, all that fun stuff. And like, do you use that setup behind you there, like on a daily thing, like before or after your service call jobs?
If I know what I'm doing, like if I've done a car before, people will call me. I'll actually pre-cut the key and I'll set everything up for the following day. And that way I've already made keys for that car. So I keep sheets on my phone with like 15,000 cars in it that I've done. And, I actually have all of their information. Like I did like 2 motorcycles today, a Ford and a 20 Jeep. And they like tonight before I go to sleep, I'll actually log all them into sheets and be able to keep everything in order.
Really? Very impressive. Very impressive. I'd love to dig into that a little bit one day. That's very interesting.
I'm sure a lot of people would like my database.
Oh yeah.
No, I get what you're saying. I was just joking.
Yeah. Oh, good stuff. All right, well, hey.
What's wrong with a hack?
What's wrong? Yeah, Lock Hack wants to know.
I love hackers.
Right? I mean, hey, we need Lock Hack, I don't think he's talking about you, okay? I think he's talking about the bad hacks.
It's funny,
right?
Ryan said we get quite a few repeat customers. Yes, we do.
Let's see, I missed that there. Yeah. Looks like Secure Tech's just up in Buffalo.
Buffalo's still quite a hike.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm
You know,
like 2.5 hours from Albany, 2 hours, 2.5 hours from Albany. Liberty, Monticello, Middletown, that whole area I cover. It's kind of a lot of guys don't like to cover it because it's so spread out, but I don't mind at all. Been doing it for almost 50 years. I'll keep it.
it's a long time. That is a long time. So, Jay, thanks for hanging out. Let me rapid fire you questions here, and without any knowledge of what I was going to be asking you, right? I mean, how was it being interrogated?
It's great. Who cares? What am I going to screw something up?
I mean, hey, you know what? You could have hacked it, right?
I could have hacked it.
You could have hacked it.
Close my trunk and take off.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, good stuff. So, well, hey, Jay, thanks for coming on, having some fun with us. Let's go ahead and let's move into the Lock Boss giveaway, and let's hook 5 people up today. Now, Megan actually came and set this here. Let me open it up here. So it looks like one of the items that's going to be given away today is the HPC Key micrometer straight yoke. So these are actually set up. Jay, have you ever seen or used one of these before?
Many times. Not that exact one.
Okay. So it's pretty much set up 4 keys. I mean, this sucker's expensive. It's over $200.
All right, so we'll just throw these names out, and we don't have to call anybody. Send it to me.
Yeah, there we go. So I'll put it right back. Comes in a nice little case. It's good stuff, It just helps for any of you who struggle trying to, just with a normal pair of micros, dial in what the depth is. A tool like this really takes all the guesswork out of it, and you just slide it in there, and you're good to go. So, but with that said, Jay, are you ready for this? Let me go ahead and go over the rules, make sure we're all on the same page. Let's see if I don't mess it up, okay?
Did you practice this in the mirror this morning?
I didn't practice it in the mirror, and I promise this has only just been ice cold Topo Chico, okay?
I got my Poland Spring here, so we're all right.
Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. So each and every week, we post videos on YouTube. When you comment on the videos and include the hashtag LockBoss, you're automatically entered in to win one of 5 free prizes that we give away each and every week. It's free to enter, no purchase necessary, and it's that simple. It's that simple. We choose random names with comments each and every week. There's a cool tool we use to do that, and it works out really well. So thank you to all of you who leave comments. Jay, thank you for leaving comments and join in the conversation. A guy like you, you have a lot to add. So thank you.
No problem. All right, you want the first guy?
Let's do it. We'll get a little drum roll going here.
Greg Gibson.
Greg Gibson, congrats. Hey, he's on here. Yogi.
Was he?
No, yeah. Yogi, Greg Gibson, congratulations, man. Good stuff. Here we go. Number 2 is
Gustavo Altube.
Gustavo, congrats. Very cool. I think I saw him on here a little bit ago. Maybe he's still on here. Gustavo, congrats. Awesome. Here we go. Winner number 3 is
Al.Locksmith7.
Al.Locksmith7. Congratulations. Very cool. All right. We got winner.
This guy's upset with something.
Winner number 4 is
Mad Dog.
Mad Dog. Good stuff. Let me get this here. And last but not least, winner number 5 of this week's Hashtag LockBoss giveaway is
Kenneth Johnson.
Kenneth Johnson. Congratulations. Very cool. Now, make sure if your name was called that you call us up at 800-848-6989 or send us an email to sales@clksupplies.com. Make sure you include your shipping address. We'll get it all confirmed with you. We're going to hook you up like we always do. It's a lot of fun, Jay, I have to say. I love.
I'm always here to bust your chops whenever you need me.
Yeah, good stuff. Let me put in here this week's winners. Let me put these in here. There we go. Got them posted there. But yeah, Jay, well, hey, tons of fun, man. Thanks for hanging out. I definitely want you back on. I think there's a few different things I think that if you're willing as time goes on here, I think we can really help people get some good direction and talk about honing skills, talk about building business, the business that you want. And I want to say congratulations to have a business that you actually want, it sounds like. Right?
Yeah, I enjoy it. I like meeting the new people. It's fantastic, man. I got a lot of great customers. I've had a lot of great customers for a long time. And now they've retired after the 20 years, and there's new people moving into the spots, and their kids take over some businesses, and it's I'm like, your father would never do it that way. I'm like, wow, I sound like my dad. It's like, after all those years, man, it's wild.
Good stuff, Jay. Well, hey, and also thank you for the business as well from all of us here at CLK Supplies, man. So definitely appreciate that.
Hopefully my juicy fruit things come with my next order.
Heck yeah, man. Every order.
The night before.
Cool. Well, thank you. Thank you for the order. Appreciate it. Well, hey, everybody, thank you for hanging out with Jay and I with this week's hashtag LockBoss giveaway. And hey, make sure next week or on all the videos that we're posting, watch out for Locks NY, all right? He'll be posting and typically making fun of either my feet or my hands or
those beautiful nails you have.
Yeah. Jay, hey, I do have computer fingers, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Terrible. Just go out and rub them in the rocks or something. You'll feel better.
Yeah, Jay, one of something funny is if you go back and look like a year-ish ago videos, okay, maybe 2 years, I always had Band-Aids all over my hands because it had been a while since I was doing the actual work. And I was like, just soft skin, touch it, it'd be bleeding all over, embarrassing. I mean, my wife was making fun of me about it.
Dishpan hands.
Dishpan hands. That's good. Awesome. Good stuff, Jay. Well, hey, we will see you all next time. Jay, once again, it was fun. Take care.
Appreciate it, guys. Take care.
Yep. We'll see y'all next week.
Take it easy.